character can choose whatever they want in a given situation. When you're playing these characters, and say you're in two opposing ends of the choice, do you ever let that affect the way you play them? So say you put more emphasis on perhaps the choice that you would make were you in the player's boots?
Are you saying that if we're playing a character, as in Mass Effect, where you can choose which way the character chooses to go, whether they fall in love with so-and-so or take this certain...
Yeah.
Okay. Mostly when we record that stuff, if I understand your question correctly, when we record that stuff, we record the stories as if that is what the character has chosen 100%. So we can't really give it a like or dislike of doing one thing versus the other. We are pretty much locked into needing to like every choice that character makes and sort of marry it each time. Even if, 1 minute we're recording that we're, choosing one direction and 1 minute we're going to record that we're choosing the complete opposite, we have to really lock into that and do it honestly. Does that answer your question? Yeah? Okay,
yeah, because
good.
it's about you guys. So the idea is that you guys get to make a choice and we hopefully give you the reality of that experience. So we have to be 100%, just as Ali said, completely with your choice on your side.
We have no choice.
Hi, compared to say like the glitz and stardom of Hollywood acting, faces on posters, stuff like that, do you ever feel like voice acting, do you ever feel like you may be underappreciated, voice actors as a discipline?
I've always felt underappreciated.
Seeing someone to talk about that, so that's okay.
Sometimes, but I've met a lot of actors in my career, and I don't do any on camera. I've done a lot of theater, and I do this now, 100%. And I meet people who are in film and TV who say, God, how do you get into what you're doing? I really want to get into what you're doing. So, yeah, there's times when I'm like, man, but by and large, I just consider myself really effing lucky.
And it's really changed too in the last couple of years, I would say. When I first started out, it was much more, you were really behind the scenes, but because the fans have so embraced games, in particular, I feel like the experience has become much more, I do some on camera as well, and now they're starting to have, launch parties and things like that. So, I think the fans are dictating what the experience is.
Yeah, we really have you guys to thank, so thank you
Yes,
for being
thank
so
you.
excited about what we do, because you make it worth it, and we wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you guys.
But games are changing a lot. I've mostly done voice work, and lots of celebrities are now cottoning on to the fact that there's easy money to be made in voiceovers, but also they're moving into the motion capture stuff, and that's gradually taking over. So you've really got to stand out as a voice actor to keep up, I think.
And it's really only easy if you're a celebrity.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're Martin Sheen, it comes fast and easy. You got to work a little bit when you're just a layperson.
All right. So first of all, hello to you guys. So. When you're recording I suppose this question is more towards the lovely ladies of the panel, so...
Go on.
You can answer too if you wish, if this touches you. Well, when you're recording the romance dialogue in the games or series or whatever, do you consider that to be more different from acting quote-unquote standard scenes, and if so, how so?
Oh no, it's acting.
You're asking if the romance scenes are any different than acting anything else?
Pretty much.
Yeah, there's a lot of making out with the hand.
Yeah, if we do anything special. No, I think it's the same as acting any other scene. It's the same as any extreme emotion that we go through, whether we're in death or sadness or anything else. I think we just put ourselves in
obviously
that emotional state.
you take your clothes off, like if you're acting that scene.
Oh yeah,
Right,
well
in the booth.
absolutely.
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
We're very method.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
method.
Because you
I
really have to get
actually
serious
had a
about it.
shower in the studio.
For Dragon Age 2, luckily the engineer in the studio, he looks sort of like a slightly chubbier hawk.
Wait, is he
Yeah. And he's a lovely guy, but I just looked at him, looked into his eyes, and I
Duncan is
imagined
a
he was my
very,
whole-
very dry Scottish man. He talks like this. It's quite hard to get him to laugh. He doesn't like me doing his accent.
Maybe it was just like, you know, because he was dealing with you and not, that's me, I'm down here. Maybe that's just because, you know, maybe he just prefers Adam, Alex, and sadly.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up in public, but thanks.
Oh, sorry,
Straight to the
Adam.
heart.
Sorry. Anyway, got another question here.
You guys have a different take on things, whereas most actors in TV and films just get to see themselves on the screen. You guys actually get to interact with yourselves if you play the game. And what is that like? Is that fun for you, or is it just kind of weird?
It is bizarre.
It's totally blown the illusion for me. I mean, I don't have as much time to game as much. I have 2 kids, I work a lot, but I grew up gaming. And as the years went on and I started popping up in more games, and all my friends are in these games now too. I'm friends with most of the people I work with. I'm like, he doesn't have long blonde hair and he's short and bald. I'm bald. I don't have 6 arms. I'm not ripped like that. So a little bit the illusion is blown, but most of the time it's just cool.
In the case of like Tom Cruise and that, they can't walk down the street without being recognized. Do you ever sort of go to a checkout, you start paying for your stuff, and people are like, wait, are you so and so? I know you often like have different voices you do, but is it still recognizable to the layperson sometimes?
Not for me, not usually.
I'm usually not that rageful at the check stand. If I am, maybe.
Exactly.
But no, I think the thing is really having the visual with the voice. Now, I mean, because I recognize people's voices. I mean, I listen for it a lot on commercials and games and things like that. But I don't know that if I didn't have the, you know, there's like the action figure guy, and I'll know that it's somebody, but I'm not sure, you know, which one it is. So I think it takes the visual to kind of top it off. For me.
Yeah, and it's really actually, I think, it's a really great thing about voice acting that you're not recognizable. Because you can walk in, I never forget when I was with Liam, we walked into a convention, BlizzCon for Blizzard, and you know, we kind of walked in, and it was one of the first times that I'd been to a convention. Oh, please.
He's no eating. I know. He is no eating.
What?
Did everybody get that?
How long is it?
It closes in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
What?
Except for we're already in here.
We're already in here. Okay.
So,
good. What I was going to say is it's so cool to walk into that, and Liam's like, that's me, that's me, that's me. And meanwhile, nobody knows who we are. So we're walking all through this with big grins on, with stupid grins on our faces. So, you know, excited about our work and excited to see, you know, how it all turned out. And nobody has a clue who
I
we
left
are.
my autograph signing today and shopped for presents for my kids for an hour. No one had any idea who I was.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
My own family don't even recognise me on the telly. When I do voices on adverts and I tell them that's me, and they go, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. It really is.
I know, because I'm always selling like chocolate or dog food or something and sounding really sweet. And my mom's like, that is not you. That is not you. You're really putting it on. And I'm like, whatever. It's good dog food.
This question is
Speak
just
into
for
my mic.
Alan. Just for Alan. Is it true that Final Fantasy 13 is actually part of a trilogy? And if so, are you doing any of the voices for it?
Well, actually, I'm going to possibly disappoint you by telling you, in all honesty, I have heard nothing more than you guys have. Sometimes we find out things before you do, and sometimes we don't. I've read the same exact things on the internet that you have. Truth be told.
The actors are always the last person